We had a lot of fun today. It was really nice to see.
Was it sunny like that? Because the sun came out.
It was cold.
Ryan's getting the best of it.
Yeah, we were having a runny nose. I mean, it was chilly, but it was so good to see friends from other shifts that we don't normally see, and also just help the community. We were at Westmore Park, and they have a community garden. They have education there if you want to learn how to plant things. I learned a lot today.
Me too. I agree. It's a great spot. You got to check it out. I kept turning to Rachel, being like, "This weather, Rach, can you fix this?"
I know.
But you said you came in and you had windburn.
Yeah, because it was super windy, and that made it feel colder. And then when I was pulling back into my house, I was getting like ice pellets.
That's what I want to talk about. So we got this video in from Andrew, and a slight correction, this is from New Fairfield. And you can see these little, it looks like almost Dippin' Dots falling from the sky. Wait, look at the dog. Like, what is that? Crawling on the deck furniture. What is that falling from the sky? Well, pup, we're going to answer that question. So it's actually called graupel. Graupel is what happens when snow forms way up in the atmosphere and it falls through a layer of super cooled water droplets, which means that those water droplets actually exist at a temperature that's below 32, but they're not ice. Those water droplets then stick to the snow, and they basically form a little snowball and kind of coat it all up. The result is basically, again, like a Dippin' Dot, and it's soft and crushable, unlike hail, which is really hard. Sometimes you can also tell if it's graupel versus hail based on how hard it's coming down. Usually when you're getting hail, it's during a thunderstorm or some kind of a convective system. This is just kind of lazily coming down here through the day today. So that's what you saw. That's the word of the day. Graupel, the more you know. Da-na-na. All right, let's take a look at peak wind gusts out there today, 30 to 35 miles per hour. This is the current wind speed. Not gusts, but consistently blowing out of the northwest, anywhere between 15 to 25 miles per hour. And unfortunately, I think we're going to keep the wind around the next 2 days. It might even be a bit windier tomorrow. Is that a word? More windy tomorrow? Satellite and radar showing there's a couple leftover sprinkles. We're not seeing any more graupel anymore, and they're not as intense as they were earlier. I had the chance for an isolated shower or sprinkle in the forecast, but they were pretty common out there today, so it was a little bit more than expected. Temperatures right now are in the mid-50s for most of the state. It's going to be chilly out there tonight. Overnight lows will dip back into the mid to upper 30s for most of the state, but for some of our cooler spots and outlying areas, low 30s are possible. We were actually asking the people at Westmore Park, are you going to be covering up your plants tonight? And she said no, everything that they plant is cold hardy. It can handle some of these colder temperatures, but later in the season you plant the things that are a little bit more sensitive to cold. There are no frost alerts in effect for tonight, but again, if you're a little bit worried, you can always bring your potted plants inside or cover them with a light blanket. We are talking about wind chills heading into tomorrow morning that are going to start off in the 20s. That'll wake you up. High temperatures tomorrow climbing into the low 50s. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds and a gusty breeze up to about 35 miles per hour, and another night in the 30s for tomorrow night. So we have 2 more cold days, 3 more chilly nights, and then the temperature starts to head uphill. It looks like Sunday may be quite nice. Highs in the 60s to near 70 degrees with some rain heading towards the middle of next week, guys.